What up? And welcome back to my channel. Or welcome if you're new here. So today I'm gonna be showing you how I made these baked chicken thighs, but I'm gonna show you the process of the mashed potatoes and the green beans too, because this was just like an easy peasy, just comfort meal, really. So first off, I'm using a family pack of bone-in chicken thighs. Okay, I make sure I clean them really well. Okay, all the ingredients will be at the bottom, but you know that already. I use some more SHAWHAN farm seasoning on this. I use their sweet and smoky barbecue rub, this right here. I have the link at the bottom for you because I love it. I'm almost out of the barbecue rub. Like next to the Creole rub, that might be one of my favorites. And the cake, I don't know. They got so many. I don't know. I got so many favorites. Make sure you shop at SHAWHAN Farms though. The link will be in the description box. Okay. So after I seasoned it really well, I did add some mustard just to, provide a little bit of crispiness even though I am baking it. So I still wanted to, I don't want them to be super juicy, but I don't want them to be dry either. But I don't know, it's something about adding mustard to chicken. It's the bee's knees. It just does what it needs to do. So I just made sure I lathered the chicken thighs very well. Okay, get under that skin, get under that flap. Get under everything, all the crevices, every part should be covered with the seasoning. So make sure you rub it well. If you want to use gloves, you can, but I'm feeding me and my man, okay? I just do what I do and we eat, okay? And in between time, if you're not, I don't know if everybody not like me though, because in between time when I'm doing stuff, I have to wash my hands. I wash my hands all the time. I am almost always out of paper towel because I'm always washing my hands. I'm always using paper towel because I'm always washing my hands. I don't know what it is. So I just put them all in my aluminum pan. It's lined with parchment paper. And I'm going to bake them I baked them covered first. I baked them covered on 400 degrees for about 35 minutes. Okay? Just enough because basically, the aluminum foil is going to allow it to cook thoroughly all the way through. So I baked it on 35 minutes first, and then I'm going to uncover it, flip it over, and we're going to bake it longer. So almost 2 hours tops of baking the chicken thighs, checking it and stirring it and flipping it over and doing all that, basting it, So in the midst of that, I'm going to be making green beans. I'm just going to be using regular canned green beans, okay? One day, I'm going to try my hand at the fresh green beans, like doing the snapping and all that, doing the whole process. Okay, I want to do it the southern way. But for right now, like I said, this is an easy peasy comfort meal. We ain't doing too much. This is for my people that, you ain't trying to do too much, but you still trying to pack a punch. You still trying to hit the soul with the food, This is one of them ones. It's simple, yet effective. So I went ahead and added my minced garlic, my bacon. I used some real bacon pieces. I just added that in there, added some butter, and I'm gonna basically just be covering it and allowing the flavors to become one, everything to become one. The butter to melt, the onion, everything. Just covering it, and I'm gonna put it on like a medium heat and put the top on it. Just let it do its thing. I'm gonna leave it alone. I prefer to let my green beans slow cook, which is another reason why I say I want to make the southern traditional ones, because slow cooking is the best. Your food gonna taste excellent when you slow cook it. So this is the chicken thighs after the 35 minutes, and I'm not gonna be covering it no more. So I'm gonna be flipping them over, and I'm putting them back in. So in the 2 hours, every 35 minutes or so, I would just basically checking it, basting it with the juices that's at the bottom. You see all them juices? Baste it. Make sure it don't dry out. You want to cover these with the liquids, okay? So get you a little spoon, get some of them juices at the bottom, and just kind of pour it all over the chicken. Make sure they are all juicy and with all that flavor. Okay. So now put it back in, same 400 degrees. Then I went ahead and I make it fresh mashed taters. Okay. Now I personally prefer mashed potatoes with chunks in them. Even though I didn't have as much chunk as I wanted, I'm going to master the mashed potatoes that I grew up remembering, because it's a lumpy mashed potato. I don't know who it was that used to serve it at which restaurant, because when I growing up, my family, we used to always go out to eat, because I come from a church family. So every Sunday, or even if it wasn't Sundays, my family was big on celebrating. somebody made some mashed potatoes wherever one of our frequent restaurants was when I was younger, and I can't not think of who it was. It might be like, probably was Old Country Buffet or something like that. It was one of them buffets, because we definitely used to frequent the buffets, like Ryan's, the Old Country Buffets, you know, Ponderosa. That was the family hits, you know. I gotta master that though. I gotta master my lumpy mashed potato, because it's gonna make me think of my childhood. Like, I gotta do it. So, as you know, when I make my if you don't know, I make my mashed potatoes, I cut them up, because if you leave them whole to boil for mashed potatoes, it's gonna take longer. You don't want to do that. So when you cut them up into quarters, it allows the cooking process to speed up. Okay, they will become like you'll be able to. They'll be tender in no time once you boil them. When you cut them into quarters like this. Now I apologize because I didn't know that I had zoomed in here. But yeah, I had zoomed in. I didn't know until I think when I checked the camera. I'm like, oh, now how did you do that? I don't know. So that's all we're doing right now. I'm just basically, you know, that's how the potatoes look, and I'm gonna boil them. I'm gonna boil them until what they call it, fork. The fork could just go right through, you know, till they tender. And then this is the chicken. Like I said, every 35 minutes or so, I would just uncovering it, getting in the juices, and, you know, checking for tenderness, adding a little seasoning if needed. You know what I'm saying? This is a kind of a taste as you go once the chicken get done method. Because after about an hour, you'll be good to start tasting it for your tenderness. So I only used 2 potatoes that I peeled, and I added them with the butter, the milk, and see, I probably shouldn't have mashed them too much. I should have stopped like right there if I wanted them to be lumpy. I like my mashed potatoes lumpy. It really depends on the meal for real, but I love a good lumpy mashed potato. I like that a lot. So that's what I'm doing. You're gonna season it. You know, I added some milk, I added some butter, and then I just season it, not too much, you know, just enough to taste it. You know, we don't want nothing. We don't do blend over here. If you're new here, hi, I'm Day. We don't do bland food over here, okay? We're not doing it. If you want some flavors, if you like flavors, you gonna like it over here, neighbor, okay? Because the flavors be flavoring. That's what the emphasis is on the flavors when it comes to eating. Even if it ain't me cooking it, I need that food that I'm eating to have some flavors, okay? I love that. I love that for me, and I love that for you, because you deserve all the flavors in the world, okay? So at this point, the chicken about done, the green beans about done, everything just kind of, I like to cook stuff like this because I'm going to cook them all at once, because everything going to get done around the same time, okay? So the potatoes, once I got them to my, you know, my liking, the seasoning to my liking and all that, everything was just basically put to the side until it was time to eat. Because if I'm not mistaken, I make this for a Sunday meal. Because I prefer baked chicken on Sundays. It's something about Sundays and baking things and having baked chicken or just anything baked. It just brings an extra, I don't know, it just touched the soul a little bit more. And I love me some baked chicken. It don't matter what chicken thighs, drumsticks, it don't matter. It's going to be fire. That baked hit different and that air fryer hit different, okay? Because they almost the equivalent to me, but with these new air fryers, they damn near is equivalent. You know, they got ones that look just like ovens. So I can't wait to get one of them. Like, when I get my bigger space, I told you I'm going to have a room full of gadgets and gadgets just from all the stuff that I be seeing and all the stuff that people send me, you know? But I love it. I welcome all gifts, all gadgets. I welcome everything, you know? It ain't no limit. It ain't got to be food stuff. I will, whatever it is, you know? I'm appreciative of everything. I love gifts because I love giving them. So if somebody giving me something, that's just, that touched my spine. That touched my heart, you know? This was the finished product. You know, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and make sure you let me know if you make this. Drop something at the bottom. You know, I'm trying to get a little bit more interactive with y'all, and we trying to build. Okay, make sure you follow me on all platforms. Everything will be in the description box. Okay.